Welcome everyone. Thanks for taking the time out to listen to myself and Bill and Wardy to talk about our technologies. So yes, as John said, I've had a bit to do with the e-beef project. We've worked together to take an offer to the growers out there to a package to access our technology in an economical way and allow them to start utilising it and get used to it. So just to give you a bit of a background, Farmbot was started by a guy called Craig Hendricks, who's still our COO in Sydney. He saw a hole in the market when he couldn't see what his farm was doing in Oberon when he was back in Sydney. So he created Farmbot from the ground up and has brought it through to where we are now. So I'll crack on into it. There we go. So to frame up why sort of where we come from, we sort of feel that, and I think a lot of people might agree with me here, that from the moment you wake up to the moment you go to sleep, there is some thoughts around weather and water, and whilst you can't manage weather too much, water is a resource that we can utilise and work with. So I guess what you're seeing here on the screen is our core monitor. So this here will help you reduce your water runs by 75%. Obviously, you still need to do them, and you still need to have eyes on the prize. But that little thing on the screen there basically would allow you to do your water run over a cuppa in the morning in bed before you get up, or even on holidays. It might allow you to actually take some holidays. So I guess that's the monitor, that's the probe, and that just sits on the bottom of a tank, and it measures the weight of the water. So this unit here, I guess, it gives you, which is I guess a key thing for our monitor, is that they're real-time alerts, they're event-driven. So the information that you have access to at your fingertips 24 hours a day is effectively like standing over your tank for 24 hours a day. So knowing what your water points are doing and when you stop watering and other things like that really gives you the knowledge to make better decisions. So you can reduce your fuel, your labour, your time and your maintenance costs just by having one of these on your watering point. So effectively you can manage your resources better, you're not spending as much money and time, which leads to a more productive enterprise, lower cost and higher profit. So our the key service is management of water. It allows you to manage your time and make better decisions to improve the efficiencies around everything to do with your business. So the management routines that you basically can get up, do your water run before you leave the house, and that way you know the best way to utilise your time before you head out the door. So that unit there is can be satellite or 3G, so basically works anywhere in the world. And yeah, so that's the core offering of what we're taking to farmers. So the reason why we did it, it's a peace of mind thing really. Whilst you can wake up, stress about water, go to sleep thinking about water and your stock and your crop health, this technology assists you in giving that peace of mind that you know what's going on in your farm and you know what's going on with your water. So it gives you a clear picture of your enterprise. So it works anywhere, as I said, different models, different operating situations. You can look at your stocking rates and consumptions and your water system efficiency by looking at the water trends and the information that you get from these units. So it's not just a widget on a tank. It can help you make some really good decisions around your pumps, your herd sizes, consumption and that sort of thing. So this all drives better production management routines. It's really simple to use and it allows you to be proactive, not reactive. When things go wrong is reactive. Proactive is knowing that things are about to go wrong and stopping that happening. So really, as I said, it's changing the way that people manage their water. If you go and do a water run, you have no idea what happens as soon as you turn around and drive away from that until the next time you check. This gives you that peace of mind that you know exactly what's happening there. This is a little video.
My name's Matt Wood. I'm the manager of Blina Station. We run 24,000 Brahman cattle over around just shy of 1 million acres. We've been using Farmbot tank level monitors for 3 years now and saved us hugely. We know there's a serious incident within an hour and we're able to respond before it turns into a drama, and that's huge in this sort of scale of station. I've recommended Farmbot to many neighbours and many friends, and I'll continue to do so. Seriously cheap insurance on probably the most important part of our business, and that's water for livestock.
So I guess I just wanted to show you that video because it really is first-hand feedback on the value of visibility of water. And when we were filming that, sort of what he did mention, brought up a few times, is it's basically given him something that money can't buy normally, which is time with his family. So it's given him back anniversaries and birthdays and, you know, a bit of time to spend with his family rather than driving around looking at water. So whilst it's giving him peace of mind about his stock, he's actually, from a personal perspective, gaining a bit of peace of mind there too. So what I want to show you here with that, this is basically where we are across Australia. So I guess it's just an idea of where we operate, the operating areas that we're in. So mainly pastoral, but also mining, civil, council, DPI, roads, water, environment. Yeah, so it's a busy market out there, but this map shows that we're you know, we've covered a lot of country and we've got a lot of customers out there. So it's not a speculative product for us. It's reliable, trusted, and yeah, well used. So this one here is the ecosystem. So basically, whilst on the left-hand side, the water level monitor is was our original and still main product. This is driven by farmers who said, this is what we want, this is what we need. This is what we want to be more productive. So we now have water level monitor. You can plug in a rain gauge. We can look at line pressure, line flow. You can now track your fuel usage in tanks or pods, and a safety check-in. So on the right-hand side is trough monitors, which will be a wireless widget on a trough, and then we'll have pump performance, pump control, cameras, weather stations, and electric fence. So basically, I guess the point of this is to show the Farmbot is trying to create a whole ecosystem that will allow you to control and have visibility across your whole enterprise just from that, you know, that one technology. So what we do is we give you what you need to know when you need to know it. So there's immediate notification as things take place, as you hit your alert levels. They're real time. There's no sort of set times when we send that information. It's driven by events that happen at the watering point. So the insights remove a lot of the manual aspect, which allows you to make more proactive, not reactive decisions. So what you can see there is, you know, a satellite view of basically where the units are, with a roadmap, and the alerts there on your phone and what you get. So there's a maximum alert level, a minimum alert level, and a blowout. So basically, if it's dropping quicker than what it normally would be. So you're notified before it becomes an issue. So there's no negative impact to the business at all once you get this. I guess I just wanted to, Wilmot Cattle is one of my customers in New South Wales, and they actually said that they saved $14,500 within the first month of owning some Farmbots, because they put 300 head of cattle into a holding pattern for the night before they were getting trucked out, and they knocked the float off the trough at like 5:30 in the afternoon. And they got an excessive fall alert. Had they not have found them, they've basically just said the extra 3% shrink that they would have got because the cattle hadn't drunk the night before, which, you know, over $3.50 a kilo, with that loss is effectively $14,000 or so. So they paid for themselves in just in one night. So why we're different, I guess Look, telemetry is not new, and there's lots of players in the market. A couple of things about us, we're a plug and play. So it's a do-it-yourself system. Install in less than 8 minutes. It's easy, accessible, and really simple. There's no, you don't need any installate people to come out and install it. There's no towers. You don't have to pay people to maintain it. It comes in a box. You put it on your tank or your trough or your turkey's nest or dam, and off you go. So most of our clients don't consider themselves very tech savvy. You know, they're focusing on animal husbandry and land sustainability. So this basically they can have started just to consider another tool, like I guess like pliers or a truck or something else. It's just another thing to help them manage their enterprise. So the sort of end of the market that we're in with suppliers and our price bracket, they only send at set intervals, or once a day or twice a day or 4 times a day. We will send the information as near real time as possible, and it's event driven. So you get visibility 24/7 as opposed to waiting in between your data packets to see what's happened. So realistically, if you're only getting 1 or 2 a day, well, you may as well just go and check your water, because you've got no idea what's happening between that first 12 hours and the second 12 hours. So for instance, in a hot day with a high stock level, it might send 20 to 30 times a day, which and that's where the value is. That's why you've got it there, so you know what's going on. So these units here can take up to 20 additional sensors wirelessly, and as I said, we've got a satellite option and a 3G option, so we can basically have you covered in any operating environment. So the cost, you know, it's good to talk about cost. Basically, the unit's $11.90, doesn't matter if it's a 3G or satellite. This is just for water level. And then the ongoing subscription and service fee is a $342 for 3G or $456. Yeah, so an additional, like a rain gauge, is $229 with an additional $52. But that's, you know, people get really obsessed with the rain gauges. They can, as you can imagine. Look, it's not a major capital outlay, but it is a capital outlay, and it is an ongoing, and that's, you know, it's like your phone, it's like anything else, but it's not like putting a new set of yards in or buying a header. It's it does save you time and money and stress, and it really is a highly affordable tool. So this will give you a viable source of information to drive savings and increase productivity. Look, it's a fully independent system. So as I said, you don't need to have anyone come out and install it or maintain it. It's $11.90 straight up, and there's ongoing every year. So you're talking like $1 a day or $1.25 a day. And realistically, you can't start a Land Cruiser for that, let alone go and do your water run. So this cost benefit analysis that's up there is just a part of one from Dan Lynch from Stapleton Pastoral. He did it himself before he invested in us, and he's so he has worked out that the return on investment is less than 6 months. So I guess there is the cost, but then you've got to look at return on investment and benefit to that. So as I said, you know, costs more money to start a car. Someone like Wilmot saying that they saved $14,000 just in a weekend. It's, you know, if you spend more than 30 minutes a day checking or worrying about your water, it is cost effective. And that's, you know, we've got a cost calculator there. The numbers stack up. So again, it's not just numbers though, it's that peace of mind. And, you know, some people have gone on holidays for the first time and actually enjoyed it rather than thinking about running back home. So there's plenty of other benefits besides the fact you absolutely know what's happening at each watering point. So it's really cheap insurance too. I'll just quickly run through this. I don't want to go over. So basically ours is a web-based application. You log in, you can have up to 5 people get the text message or email, but anyone can have access to this if you want them set up. So you log in, there's your water run. There you've got each point where it's sitting at the moment, which way it's traveling, and then up the top there is your alerts. So this is in Google Earth, so you can log in the morning, have a look at a map and go, right, there are the 3 issues I need to look at straight away. So there's a roadmap there. This is just another way to look at it, where you click in and it'll tell you level and percentage full. So basically that's the graph that you're looking at that you'd see if you logged in, which basically will give you a forecast trend, will give you a trend on what your water's been doing, when your pump kicks in, you know, when your stock have been watering and that sort of thing. And those arrows will tell you where it's the minimum it's ever got to and the maximum it's ever got to. So the alerts, as I said, that you set them yourself. They don't come pre-configured and you can change them whenever you want. So there's a maximum, a minimum, which, you know, is obviously really, really important, and that rate of fall is pretty handy too. So SMS alerts, they come in real time. So as soon as it hits that alert, you'll know, and you can get an email too. So you can adjust them in there. It's very, very simple, easy to use. You know, it's why people like us. And the other thing is, you know, we can run reports, or you can pull them out yourself, which will show you if your pump's starting to fail, or if your pump's not matching demand, and you can match that to herd rates and that sort of thing. So it's not just something that sends you a text message. You can actually start drilling down into this, and also this information can we can push it all into AgriWeb and about to be into my grazing, so you'll be able to see your tanks and your rainfall in that interface if that's what you use. So that's what it looks like on our interface, the rain today, this week, this month, and then last month, and then it'll give you a little thing, and then you can download it into a spreadsheet and have that on your computer. So it's a nice way to capture rainfall. That's flow. That's what it looks like. Look, I'll happily catch up with anyone that wants to talk about it, but that's what it looks like. It's the flow sort of will give you a litres per minute. A lot of people are starting to use flow in their lines. This is a pressure monitor, so again, it basically shows you when there's an issue. We do have a bore monitor for up to 60 metres, and then we do have electric fence, which is wirelessly talks back to the tank monitor. So we have many people that have given us testimonials and lots of people that are happy to talk about us. So I think that's getting a recommendation from a neighbour or someone that's already using us is probably the most powerful tool that we have. So just some quick images, if that's okay, guys. Farmbot on a roof, that's the Farmbot and the rain gauge. That's a nice shot. Another one there. Yeah, that's in WA. So that's a dam, ground tank. So that's all you need, really. Just a, you know, hole saw, chuck your probe in, turn it on, off you go. 4 tech screws. So there's 5 ports there plus a water level port. You can have up to, you know, 6, including the water level. And that's the we've partnered with, you know, we've made some strong partnerships with people across the industry, and obviously eBeef have been a really good project for us to be involved with. So we're just starting to roll out some units to the guys that took us up on the first round. So I'll be interested to get some feedback once that all goes. But I feel like it's a, you know, it should be all very positive. So that's our team. All most of them are based in Sydney, but just an Australian company, started 5 years ago, and just wanted with a passion to help people manage their water. So that's sort of the end of my presentation. So I'm happy to take some questions if there is any